Good afternoon, gamers. It is me. I'm here on the normal time. Okay, right. Let me get some music real fast. Music achieved. Right. So, my plan for today is, as per usual, to go through and make powers. I want to make a minimum, absolute minimum, of 2 powers today. Of which I believe I have 4 to do. Yes, I do. I have knowledge manipulation, memory manipulation, seismokinesis, and psychofission. I think I'm going to do knowledge manipulation first, because I had some ideas on exactly how I wanted to go about doing that. Something else I wanted to do today was probably seismokinesis. I put Eggman's announcement over here for whatever reason. Good old Eggman, everyone's favorite guy. Now, is the stream doing okay? Yes, it is. Good. These are good things, that the stream is doing okay. Basically, because I wasn't around yesterday because my means of using the internet to any degree of efficiency broke. I have a TP link, like a power line thing that allows me to be etherneted into my router, even though it's probably about like 30-40 feet away downstairs. It's like down there, sort of, oh shit, diagonally about like 30 odd feet. And on the Wi-Fi it works, but it's not consistent enough to support a stream at all. I bought a new TP link yesterday and it arrived this morning and it works fine, and by the looks of things the stream we have dropped a total of 40 frames, like period, which is presumably just means nothing. And by the look of things, we're doing all right. I've also, as I'm sure you might be able to see, moved my fan over there because I just kind of wanted to. It's not on at the moment, but I'm going to turn it on in a bit, and I want you guys to tell me if you can hear it, because I did a test recording and I couldn't hear it, but I want to make sure that nobody can hear it. So I'm going to turn it on in a little bit, but probably when it gets unreasonably hot in here, which it's getting that way. It's getting that way. Because whilst it is September 13th, I might as well be July 13th at the moment, because it's really hot. I'm not enjoying it all too much, I must say. However, I have work to do. I have lots of work to do, as I always do, both on and off stream, and thus I need to get my shit together, as it were. Oh, some people have appeared. Who has appeared? Some people. Hello. I was just explaining why I wasn't streaming yesterday, because my TP link broke, my power line adapter. I do rate TP link, by the way. I had that thing for 4 years. Didn't just die on me randomly. It was on its way out, and I waited just a little bit too long to get a new one, so I had a day where it was gone. But yeah, I do rate them a lot. I wouldn't be doing this. I couldn't do this if I didn't have that. If you're on a Wi-Fi connection and your internet is spotty, or even if it's just, just kind of whatever, you'd probably benefit from some powerline derivative. It's very good. I think Katie's here. I'm not sure, but you have one, don't you? I'm fairly certain you do. Yeah, I would strongly recommend it to anyone who has a shoddy internet connection. Strongly recommend it. Oh god, I need to clear my throat. Throat cleared. Success. Right. We're gonna do knowledge manipulation, because I have an idea on how I'm gonna do it. your understanding to others and stealing to enhance your understanding through mental links alone. Simple flavor text, like whatever. It's like, you are a novice in... Probably going to go through at some point and rewrite like all of the flavor text for all the powers, because most of them are just kind of like, you know. None of them are bad, just none of them are all that evocative. Some of them are good, but I reckon I'm going to go through and like do a proper comb and cut some out, because right. You're a novice in knowledge manipulation. See, I've sort of done two things simultaneously in the last few days, right? I have adopted a new sort of very workaholic-y schedule, and also gotten back into Sekiro. And that's a push and pull right there. It really is. Because I stopped playing Sekiro like 2 months ago. Not because I like got stuck or I got annoyed with it or anything. I just put it down and I had a lot of stuff. I think I was writing or finishing Van Richten's at the time, and I stopped playing it. I think I talked about this recently, actually. I stopped playing it. And I think about 2 days ago, I went, fuck this, I'm gonna pick it up again. And I did. And I've struggled to put it down. I'm not sure how many days it's been, but it's consumed a good 3 or 4 hours of my life in the past, like, couple days. I beat the Corrupted Monk. I beat her second try, I think? I forgot about Divine Confetti. I forgot Divine Confetti was a thing that I should be using for dealing with Big Ghost Woman. Big Ghost. And then I went and dealt with Owl. Well, I got my shit rocked by Lone Shadows for a little while, and then went and dealt with Owl. It was very fun. It was a cool fight. Assuming, because I've not tested like the true limitations of what my PC can stream yet, because I generally play like, you know, fairly old games, simple games, or generally like fairly old games. I do want to try, like, I think legitimately the newest like AAA game I've played on stream is Dishonored from like 2013, which my PC can run on like can run on Epic with 0 effort, which isn't much of an accomplishment. This PC is reasonably new, it's a couple of years old. I'm gonna look at upgrading it at some point, but I don't know how to look for a bottleneck. I don't know hardware well enough to know where it is just implicitly, and I don't know how to check without just sending people a list of my specs and then going, this, and me just blindly trusting them, which I'd rather not do. Transfer knowledge. Steal knowledge. As an action, you may touch a willing creature. To or from that creature. Yeah, I'll say if my PC can handle streaming it, man, streaming Sekiro, like I would, like once I'm done with that game, I will play through it again in a fucking heartbeat. Like, I love that game. It's so good. It's so good. could. I could literally sit down and just like stop streaming and go play it right now, but I'm not going to. But I could. I 100% could. The game is just like, it's fucking incredible, insane. To or from that creature. Choose a skill, tool, or weapon proficiency that you and the other does not. To or from that creature. For 1 hour. So choose either yourself or the target, then choose a skill, tool, or weapon proficiency that the chosen creature possesses and the other does not. The other creature gains proficiency in that skill, tool, or weapon for 1 hour. That seems very simple. Let's see, it's like, it's a little weird, but you know, once you read it, you know, once you read it, it's very simple. There's just a lot of words. You may use this feature once, regaining expended uses after you complete a short or long rest. That seems pretty simple. You know, you just steal someone's ability to do something from, or you don't steal it, so like if your rogue has stealth proficiency, you can go, oh, I'm not proficient in stealth. Can I borrow your proficiency for a little while? Or can I share your proficiency for a little while? No, I'd say everything about like the implications are probably just like flavor and stuff. As an action, you can attempt to siphon knowledge from the mind of a creature that you can see within 30 feet of you. The target must succeed on an intelligence saving throw or lose proficiency in a skill, tool, or weapon. That is proficient with for 1 minute. Oh no, with until the end of its next turn. So this might seem really shit, but basically what this does, I'd say it'd probably be actually no, with for 1 minute, the target can repeat its saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success. So basically, you can just, you know, if a creature is like an archer, you can go make a save. If you fail, you don't add your proficiency to your ranged attacks anymore for like a minute, which is reasonably substantial. My only concern would be I think this mostly gets much better at higher levels. I think at lower levels it's pretty reasonable. At higher levels it's actually really powerful. Because, you know, people's proficiency bonuses get higher, which means this ability scales by itself, which is pretty good. You know, eventually you end up with, you know, once you get to really high levels, you get monsters with a higher proficiency bonus than they do a stat. You know, you get creatures with like +5 strength and +7 in their proficiency because they're like CR 25 or some shit. And then you've just like lopped off their ability to hit you most of the time, or certainly some of the more tanky characters in the group at least. Oh. Just oh. So that feels good to me. I like that. I like that a lot. So adept, you are adept in knowledge manipulation. You gain the following benefits. I think everybody knows where this is going. I could have just copied it right from here, but whatever. It's fine. Let me just go find somewhere real quick. So yeah, you can enhance ability once per short rest, which seems pretty good to me. Like, you know, that seems very in character, and I think eventually we can give them skill empowerment. I always think skill empowerment is just like better enhanced ability, but it's not. It's actually very different in a really weird way. Skill empowerment gives a creature expertise in a skill they don't already have expertise in, which is a very, very different sort of power or ability. Or bestow lesser ability, and then eventually at like expert you can give them bestow greater ability in a new, like simple stuff. Oh, I've got these the wrong way around. It's S. It's because it was called something else before, I think. Or maybe I'm just an idiot and I just did them the wrong way around. It's they are both entirely possible in this instance. Siphon knowledge. So yeah, at adept level, you get enhanced ability once per short rest, which is actually really quite good. Shut up, weather. That's something I should do, actually. I need to turn that off on my thing. Because I already have the weather, like, in the corner, and I'm getting notifications from my phone about the weather, and it's like, on my computer, mind you, that's what that little dinging noise was. I need to turn it off. He says, being unable to find it. Fuck. I can't turn it off. No, I don't want the weather. Fuck's sake. Oh, well, I guess I'm getting weather reports even though I can see the weather at the bottom of my screen all the time anyway. And also just by going huh, it's pretty sunny outside. You know, like, fuck's sake. Right. Oh, shit. Expert. Oh no, it's bestowed greater ability. You know what, actually, I'm going to make this a master thing, because enhanced ability once per short rest is already really good. I think twice per short rest is actually, like, kind of nuts. Because it lasts an hour, you know? It's one of those things where it's a ridiculously good tool if you have access to it. Let me just check whether skill empowerment is... I'm still going to give skill empowerment once per day. Our skill empowerment is concentrated for an hour as well, so it's nothing too crazy. But siphon knowledge. Whenever a creature fails its saving throw against this feature, it takes psychic damage equal to your mystic level plus your intelligence modifier. You know, that should kind of just go here as well. Oh, same. Whilst I'm sort of umming and ahhing on what else to do on expert, has anybody done anything of intrigue over these past? When did I last stream? Saturday? No, I didn't stream on Saturday, did I? I don't think I did. I think I was like busy or something. No, I did stream on Saturday. In the last 2.5 days then. Or 3 days? I think it's 3 days at this point. Whatever. You know what I mean. No, it's 2 days. Ugh. Oh, whoops. Mystic level plus intelligence mod. This is at this level it's like 8 damage. It's nothing too crazy, but you know. I might do ends its turn with the effective feature. fails any saving throw. So yeah, so at adept level, they fail the save once and they take the damage. At expert level, they take the damage every time they fail the save. And master level, I don't actually know what to do. So I think bestow lesser ability. You said use this feature twice. I think Siphon Knowledge 3 uses per short rest is plenty, I would argue. So I think maybe just enhancing the damage in some way is worthwhile. Oh, it could be they lose proficiency in everything? Additionally, I like that. That's good. And then, honestly, transfer knowledge 3 times is fine. Ooh, I know. Just clear my throat. Oh. I got lost. I got lost in the source for a second. I was like, "What the fuck is happening? Where am I? What's going on?" I was gonna do transfer knowledge to transfer saving throw proficiencies, but I'm like, that seems like a little much. Is it? Because I guess if you're going into a fight, you have 3 uses of this ability, and you're like, oh, we all need to be. I'm proficient in wisdom saves. We all need to be proficient in wisdom saves, for instance. Like, is that too good? Probably. I guess it's the main thing is you can give all your friends wisdom save proficiency, and you can steal someone else's con save proficiency for a handful of your concentration abilities. That's all I can really. You know what? Fuck it. Sure, why not? I'm gonna red text it. But You can choose a saving throw proficiency to transfer. Instead of a skill, tool, or weapon, you can choose a saving throw proficiency instead of a skill, tool, or weapon proficiency. I think that works. I think that works. I think that's the one. And how much time? Right, we are 37 minutes into this stream. I say that it's probably about half an hour. I think I started just after 5 o'clock, which means, and I did a lot of fapping. That probably took me about 20 minutes. We're in the money, I reckon. I reckon if I really, really knuckle down, we can do all 4, like, today. I don't think it's going to happen, because I think some of these are a little more complicated. Namely, like, psychophission is going to be pretty complicated, and memory manipulation, I'm not entirely certain what that's going to do yet. But I reckon we can definitely do 3 and save memory manipulation for a stream maybe later on this week. To, like, finalize bits and pieces. No guarantees, but I'm gonna... First of all, what I'm gonna do, though, I'm gonna turn this fucking phone. I'm gonna test turning this fan on, and you guys are gonna tell me if you can hear it or not. I'll be back. I'm just gonna mute myself because I'm just literally walking over there. I return. As I'm sure you can tell, because you literally watched me walk over there, and then come sit back down right here. Can people hear that? Is the question. Sound off in chat if you can hear it. If not, I'm gonna keep it on, because it's fucking hot in here. I actually cleaned my fan very recently. You can see it's nice shiny white, as opposed to, I don't know, no one's gonna remember it, because it's a fucking fan that's been, like, off camera all this for the last year, well, for the last few months, and also when I first started in the summer of last year. But it was grimy as fuck and full of dust and tangled with, like, old hair. So yeah, I spent an evening and cleaned it, and now it's nice and shiny and also spins much faster and much cooler, and it's so much nicer. Sometimes it's a little too much, actually, but I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with the new, I say new fan, the refurbished fan. Now, sadly, we are going to have to remove Eggman's announcement. How do you like... Oh, I almost forgot the last paragraph thinking it was notes. It was not notes. It's still Eggman's announcement. So, you can send forth psychic shockwaves through the earth. The very molecules sure, whatever, right? Like, again, all the flavor text is just throwaway at the moment, and some of it's good, a lot of it isn't, and I'm gonna rework it in my own time. Now, I know I want to give them Erupting Earth. I know for a fact I want to do that. It's going to be awkward as fuck to give them Erupting Earth. Namely, at, like... Because I'm going to be giving it to them at expert level, so I guess I can just be like, oh, you can cast it twice. Or cast it once per short rest or something. But you can cast it, like, twice per day or something, maybe? I don't know. But, it is a 3rd level spell of, like, respectable power. It's not bad, but it's not good either, you know? And my thought would be to give them Earth Tremor as well, but that's kinda boring. I could give them Thunderwave. You know, fuck it, I'm gonna give them Thunderwave. Seismology. That's Psyche wave. Oh no, it's gotta be Psy wave. Psy wave. Like the Pokemon move, just spelled weirdly. Thunder wave. You just go. Do the thunder wave. What do you know what I'm doing? Whatever. I don't know what else you can do. Oh, I know. Oh shit, no, I don't want to do that. Psychoseismic sense, which is I like that. It's stupid, but it's a cool name. Oh shit, hang on, I beansed it. Psychoseismic sense. Nice. Pretty good. We made a power inside like 20 minutes. It's not even like I had a really bad habit of starting like around now for a while, and I actually started on time. Turns out, get more work done. I'm working on seismokinesis now. We have Psi wave and psychoseismic sense. Let me send small waves of sound through an object you touch. So you can use the bonus action to have tremor sense for your turn. So it ends immediately. It's like is there someone here? Boom! And you like punch the ground a little bit, and it's like, no, there's no one here. Everything's fine. Use this feature a number of times equal to your intelligence modifier, regaining expended uses whenever you complete a long rest. Because tremor sense for literally your turn is basically something's hiding from me. They're over there, and it's like that's not that powerful. I would say it's probably reasonably powerful, but I don't think it's anything particularly ridiculous. It lets you ignore. It's a bonus action that you can do like a good few times a day to be like, oh, someone invisible? Well, doesn't matter. I can see them for one turn. It takes up opportunity. It's opportunity cost for a niche but very useful benefit. So I think it's okay. I think the main thing is just there are so few abilities, if any, in the entirety of the Mystic that just flat scale off your intelligence or any other stat for that matter. If anything, I think that is like legitimately, aside from like unarmored defense, but that doesn't really count, like uses that scale by a stat. But I'm not sure if that's necessarily oh, well, that's just cringe, isn't it? How does... Let me go read Tremor Sense. Problem is, if you search it on like indexing sites, it doesn't come up because it's just kind of embedded in the monster manual. Vibrations, provided that the monster and the source of vibrations are in contact with the same ground or substance. It doesn't like. There's nothing to suggest that heavily obscured would not. Yeah, provided the source of vibrations are in contact with the same ground or substance. So, presumably, as long as they're not like, you know, you're on dirt, they're on cobblestones, the second you move on to the cobbles, your tremor sense would trip and you would see them. Like, I'm pretty certain that tremor sense goes through heavily obscured. Certainly, heavily obscured by a, by, like, darkness, for instance. Yeah, I suppose. Hang on, let me open up the things on Tremor Sense again, because I had it open just now. Tremor Sense can detect and pinpoint the origin of vibrations in a specific radiance, provided that the monster and the source of the vibrations are in contact with the same ground or substance. Tremor Sense can't detect flying or incorporeal creatures, many burrowing creatures. Yeah, I don't think either of those things overlap. I think Tremor Sense is worded very poorly anyway. Because it doesn't specify what vibrations even are. Blind Sense is, yeah. But certainly, Tremor Sense might not bust through, like, yeah, I think in this instance, then, Tremor Sense isn't so much a I can see you in combat. It's more a is there someone here kind of thing. Because I think if that's the if I were to interpret Tremor Sense as raw, it immediately detects hidden creatures within the area, provided that they fit the yeah, I'd say that's the yeah, it immediately like unhides creatures for you. They stop being hidden, you know where they are. But yeah, you probably still can't see them. So yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, this ability loses utility, but its utility, the core part of its utility of there is a rogue somewhere around here, or is there a rogue hidden somewhere in this room? You can just, go one, and punch the ground a bit and go, now there's no one here. Unless they're a ghost or flying. Either of those things, well, fuck, I guess, right? you can instead use this. Oh, should I use this feature twice? Just doing some search and replace for the way I'd worded things. Now I lost my place for a second now. Okay, right. What other shit does adept level give you? So you can create vibrations. You do like weird you can cast Thunder Wave. That's one of the main things you can do. I should probably read Telekinesis because they get a first level spell they can cast multiple times. Oh, it's at expert level where their first level spell improves in some capacity. Need something else for you to gain at adept level. Because you have your psychoseismic sense, which is a very simple ability that just kind of does its job. I'm not actually sure what else to give them at adept level, because it has to be something that's going to tie in and get better. Maybe you can give your enemies bad vibes and bad stuff happens. I don't know specifically what that would do. If anyone has any thoughts, do feel free to share them. Because I am stumped at the moment. Not sure what to do. You still use this feature twice. Right, it's research time. I'm gonna go look up. There's also Shatter as well. There's also the Shatter spell, which we could theoretically give them access to, but that could actually be something. Is destructive vibrations. Maybe you use your Psychic Blast feature. You may choose to instead deal. Choose for it to deal thunder damage instead of psychic damage. So this not only allows you to, because a lot of objects are just flat out immune to psychic damage for very obvious reasons. But it also, if you summon a, what the fuck is it called? Your meta weapon, for instance. If you summon a big hammer, you can break down walls really easily. Because a lot of, You know, a lot of solids have defined hit points within the game, which I always find to be very, very helpful. Let me like, there is a generic object, which is in the DMG, like page 246, you know, a very arbitrary place to put it. But it is, in my personal opinion, the most useful page of the DMG. The most useful thing in the DMG period is the generic object section, because it just tells you how to give stats to basically anything. And it's great. Like, if you wanted to know how to break through an adamantine door, I would tell you it has AC 23 and 18 to 27 hit points, depending on how big the door was. And that would be how that would go. Or you know, if someone, you know, feel like, oh, I destroy the glass bottle or something, and I can tell you a glass bottle is like has AC 13 and 2 hit points. I can just tell you that, and I think it's great. I absolutely love it. It is incredibly useful. I need to clear my throat. Fuck. Like a 10 by 10 foot stone wall would have AC 19, or no, AC 17, and about 27 hit points. So if you had a, you know, it'd probably be immune to, you know, slashing and piercing damage for pretty obvious reasons. Oh. Destructive vibrations, psi wave. Also, thing with this is thunder damage is slightly better than psychic. There are a number of like aberration creatures in the sort that are immune to psychic, or not immune. They're usually resistant, and also all objects are immune to psychic damage, and so are a decent number of construct creatures, if I remember correctly. Let me actually double check. I want to back up the statement with, you know, facts. Resistance to psychic. Let me look at like the vanilla sources. There's actually very few. There is the Warlock of the Grey Old One, Hellfire Engines, and Revenants, which are resistant to psychic. Let's see what's immune to psychic. Oh, a lot of things actually. Androsphinx, Animated Armor, Cadaver Collectors, all of the Golems, Quattles, Demi-Liches, Sphinxes, lots of constructs, some the Starspawn. Yeah, so there's a decent number of things that you could feasibly fight that are just immune to psychic damage. But if I look at Thunder, there's a smattering of like ghosts and shit that are resistant to Thunder because they're resistant to all magical damage, all of the elemental magical types. But I don't think there's anything that's immune to Thunder. I lied. Genies, Elder Tempests, and Storm Giants. And that's it. Which is kind of unsurprising. Upon which none of these things are in any way resistant to Psychic. So you can, double back and, use that instead. All of them are coincidentally also immune to Psychic, I believe. Well, not Psychic, Lightning. Yeah, they are. Because, of course they are. If you're going to be immune to Lightning, you're probably also immune to Thunder. It just be like that sometimes, I still feel like this is kind of subpar for Adept level. I feel like there definitely needs to be more here. Destructive Vibrations is more of a fluff ability than anything else. Hmm. Hmm. That's what I wanted. It should be short or long rest, I think. Because it is kind of simple. That I'm happy with. I like that. Expert. You are an expert in seismokinesis. You gain the following benefits. Psywave. You can instead use this feature 3 times. Seismic Slam, because of course it has to be called that, right? For you, the spell deals an additional 1d12 thunder damage. For you, the spell deals an extra 1d12 thunder damage. Oh. I think we dropped some frames. Oh no, I think everything's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's all good. I was like, oh shit. And I looked down and I saw we dropped more frames. And I was like, oh fuck. But now I think it's just a little blip. Oh yeah, I can actually see it on the graph as well. It's just a tiny little blip. Use the feature twice, so you get this back on a long rest. Seems fair. Oh shit! Let's do that. Does Erupting Earth just do damage, or does it do damage and knock prone? It just does damage, right? And it makes like difficult terrain, I think. Yeah. Oh shit. Thunderwave in this way, the size of the area increases to up to is anytime you choose up to a 30-foot cube. And take no damage. So does an extra 1d12 thunder damage, and allied creatures within the area automatically succeed on the saving throw against the spell, and take no damage if you choose. If you choose for them to, allied creatures in the area automatic. And take no damage. Yeah, I think that's fair. Ugh. To a range of 60 feet. So just permanent 60-foot tremor sense it's pretty good. It's pretty fucking good. Instead, use this feature 3 times. Okay, yeah, thought as much. Now, I'm not... Well, you get Thunderwave at will, which is pretty good. It's very good, in fact. You get an improved Thunderwave at will, might I add. You get Tremor Sense, and you can cast Erupting Earth, a better version of Erupting Earth an additional time. I think that's more than good enough. I think it's very strong, and I'm very happy with how that's come out. It is like 6'10". I kind of like... obviously I'm going to keep going, and I'll probably be taking a break soon-ish, but even so, I'm very surprised to have gotten as far as I have. Hmm. Yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I'm not sure which one I want to do next. It's probably going to be Psychophission, most likely. Now, I'm not sure how I want to do the duplicate, because the game has duplicate stuff already. It namely has mirror image, and it also has, which I will probably include in here, but it also has, what is it? It has mirror image, and it also has the cleric's duplicate. I can't remember what it's called. Invoke Duplicity. Mirror image is a good spell, but I don't think really fits the flavor here because you are literally splitting. It's not an illusion. And the Invoke Duplicity is A, an illusion, and B, not good, like at all. Invoke Duplicity is like, it's really bad. Like, it's not complete garbage, it's just not very good. And it's very DM dependent, because like all illusions, if your DM decides to be an idiot and just not let your illusions work, you know, but basically not use common sense for their enemies, then your illusions will just never work, because the enemies will decide that, oh, that's obviously an illusion. But, So yeah, that's sort of the way this could work potentially conflicts with the way that it. Yeah, my primary concern is the duplicate being a literal thing is kind of a problem. Or it could be a problem. It limits my ability to make this thing make sense. I think I know how I want to do it. I think you split yourself in two, and you and your duplicate share a turn and share actions and share a hit point pool. Maybe you don't share a hit point pool. Maybe the dupe has like no. You definitely should share a hit point pool. That's just it is sort of like a shit simulacrum that you get very early on. Yeah, it's a simulacrum that you share your action, bonus action, and movement with. So if you want to move 30 feet, then your dupe is not moving this turn, assuming you're not already faster than that for whatever reason. That's kind of my idea anyway. It allows you to be in two places at once in a very literal sense, and it probably lasts like an hour or something. And you can sense through yourself and your dupe, probably. That's a good idea as well, actually. Yeah, I like that. It either comes in with like a fairly small amount of health, or you pay some of your health to give it more health. It comes in with like, your mystic level plus your intelligence modifier, or something like really arbitrary. And then it's like, oh yeah, you can pay any amount of hit points and like give it to your dupe, and your dupe has that many hit points. I mean, it like, maybe it does damage to you and gives them current and max instead of doing max and current to you. But I don't know. I reckon max and current is fine for both. Let's start like piecing this together. I'm gonna hang on. Flavor text, because I can't be asked to like faff around with flavor text at the moment. It's exhausting. Fission, or no, what the fuck? Novice. You are a novice in psychophission. Psychic duplication as an action. You can see within you can see within 5 feet of you. There's your statistics and magical equipment. Equipment, except for magic. So it shares your statistics and equipment. Shares and or non-magical duplicates of your equipment. It can't do literally everything. There are Mystic. Mystic is not a support class. There is like one ability that is in any way supportive. All of the others are. I buff my. Well, there's 2 now actually. I lied. There are like, and they're all minor. They're like, oh, here's 2 AC, or no, it's 1 AC. Or, oh, here's one of my skill proficiencies, or I'll have one of your skill proficiencies for a second, please. Mystic is very much I do everything by myself. And they do martial stuff, they very much fill a similar sort of niche to Warlock, where Warlock struggles to do support stuff. It can do it, there are subclasses that specifically allow it. But it generally doesn't do support stuff. Warlock is like a magical martial, basically. Warlock has spells, but realistically most of their damage comes from either E-blasting or Pact to the Blading things to death. And this is much the same. You psychic blast things to death, or you use your psychic powers to psychic things to death. You psychic things to death regardless, because the psychic blast is called psychic blast, but... there's a lot of utility stuff that they can do. They're very much like a toolbox full of stuff, and you can build them pretty much however you want. The only thing they can't do is support, really. They don't really have supporting tools. They have tools to tank, they have tools to DPS, they have tools to slam people in the face with a big sword, or also with a guy that they summon. They can shoot lasers. They can do a lot, but you have to pick and choose from a, you know, like, I want to be able to do this, 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 and this, and then it's like, okay, I'm out of points now, I can't do this as well. That's the plan anyway, because this thing, I was talking about this recently. I could have people test this thing until the heat death of the universe, and they would probably, like, and I still wouldn't be 100% sure if it was super broken or complete garbage or not, because of just how much build variety there is. You know, there is after I'm done, there will be 25 powers, of which you can have a minimum combination of 4 and a maximum combination of 16 if you really want. As a terrible way to build the Mystic. That sounds very unfun, but you can do that. You can have 16 powers. You can totally do that. It's like taking a level in every class. If you can do it, or you can do it. It's not hard, but it's just a terrible idea. But yeah, specific niches, it can be built to occupy specific niches. But on its own, you can build a Mystic as an everyman, and it'll probably be alright. It'll be okay. Or you can build the Mystic in a very specific way, and you'll probably be really strong? Question mark? I don't actually know. This is like first draft. It's just the longest first draft ever, because this has taken me like several months. I think this is like 3 months worth of work here, I think. Fast approaching 4, actually. Of which it has an amount equal to your Mystic level plus your intelligence modifier. To twice your Mystic level plus your intelligence modifier. So level 1, this thing has probably about like 6 hit points. I don't know. It's potentially something that I would save for myself, I think. It really depends. I got a lot of stuff. I'm sound that I'm like I want to develop myself at some point. Psychic duplication. You and your duplicate share a turn. Or take your turns simultaneously. Or take your turns as one, sharing movement, an action, a bonus action, and a reaction. You can sense through your duplicate as if you were stood in your space. Or you were stood in its space and vice versa. This might be all I need, I think. When your duplicate dies, it vanishes. It vanishes. Or when your duplicate is reduced to 0 hit points, it vanishes. Oh, actually no. Your duplicate. Your duplicate vanishes. Or after 1 hour or after you lose concentration, as if concentrating on a spell. I'm not sure if this needs concentration per se. I might cut that because I don't know if it needs it. Honestly, yeah, I think that's kind of all I need. Oh, that should be apostrophe there. You can use this feature once, regaining expended uses when you complete a long rest. See, this feels like a once per long rest kind of affair, especially because it lasts an hour. You just get like a second U, which just hangs around for an hour. Should it be able to speak? I mean, it is you, right? Well, I haven't specified that you control it. You control any actions your duplicate takes. Okay, there we go. Or if it is ever on... If it is ever more than, or if it is, or more than 1 mile away from you. Does that also cover, being on another plane of existence? That's more than 1 mile away, right? Right? After 1 hour, or if it is ever more than 1 mile away from you. There's a spell slot class feature, or I guess for me the main thing is if you're carrying gold, they would also, you would duplicate the gold. Non-magical duplicates of duplicates of your equipment. Objects duplicated by which are of core or of appear similar but upon physical inspection of noticeably on physical inspection, but upon close physical inspection are noticeably different in an uncanny fashion. There we go. That should avoid like, oh, I duplicate my coins and then I pay for. It's like, no, that's the waiter will look at your coin and go, what the fuck? This is like, it's bendy. What the fuck? And we'll throw it away. Appear the same, but upon close physical inspection are noticeably different. But upon close inspection are noticeably different in an uncanny fashion. To be noticeably different in an uncanny fashion. No, I won't make it an action, it'll just be... be noticeably different in an uncanny fashion. Yeah, I like that, that's cool. That's certainly like... that feels synced. It's definitely going to be something I'm going to have to like... get people to read through and be like, does this make sense? Does this work? Because I think it does. I think it's okay, but yeah, I do want it to be like you have to have looked at it. You know, like you need to have closely inspected it. But I think physical inspection is probably the way to go. Because they look the same. But you know, if you like rub the coin, if the second you touch the coin, it feels weird. You know, the second you touch the nice silk, it sort of feels kind of icky and gross. Or feels feels like wood, like bendy wood or something. Physical inspection reveals them to be noticeably different in an uncanny fashion. Now, this is certainly all you get at first, because I think the main thing is you can pick this up at level 1. And it doesn't feel like a level 1 ability, but I think it's one of those things where it's sort of the actual power that it gives you is relatively minor. It lets you, like, if if opening a door and then closing it is a bit of a faff, you can have, you have you and also you guarding both sides of a door, for whatever reason you would need that, and you're both keeping a watch. If you're going into a building, you can send your duplicate in there instead of you, and you can wait outside. For if if things go wrong, your duplicate can just, like, if your duplicate gets killed, it doesn't matter. Things like that, where it's not really a big deal. But yeah, a lot of it is like flavor and out of combat utility, where it's very, very powerful. But as it stands at the moment, this ability is not particularly powerful in combat. It gives you certainly some benefits. You know, you can literally be in two places at once. But even then, it's not anything like crazy, you know. Because you share features, you share a turn, you have to share your actions, your bonus action, your reaction, all of that. I would say it's probably a-okay. Let me go up to like sort of adept level. Psychic duplication. You can use this feature. You can instead use this feature twice. And then it would be increased physicality. Reduce your hit point maximum by any amount. When your duplicate vanishes, your hit point maximum returns to normal. I can't imagine like that many instances where you're actually going to use this, but it's, you know, it's pretty useful. Attempted to create a second causes the first to vanish. I'd say that works pretty well. I'm probably gonna take a break there because I'm pretty hungry. I'll probably be gone for about like 10 or 15 minutes. When I come back, I won't be able to stay for too long, so I need to go about 7 to go to a game. But given the pace we're at, I think we might just about be able to finish Psychofission on stream today. All going well. But yeah, I'll say I will see you guys in probably about 10 or 15 minutes. So yeah, see you shortly. Okay, I return. It took a little longer than I thought, but I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get to the end here, but that's not too big of a deal. So, with the position that we're in at the moment, we have Psychophission about halfway done, and I have a number of things I want to do with it as well. So I'm going to go on to Expert real quick. Right. To take that damage in your stead. I guess one of the core things here... is that when you go unconscious, your duplicate doesn't go away. Your duplicate sticks around. It can come, bring you to consciousness as well. For instance, if you have the self-healing one, then I'm not entirely certain. Well, I suppose you would make death saves, actually. So there is that. But you would still get your turn. Because your duplicate would use... Oh wait, no. The self-healing one, the duplicate would heal itself, and not you. So, it's fine. If you and your duplicate are within 120 feet of each other, the other can use reaction to take one of you can use your reaction to take the damage. Whenever you or your duplicate take damage, if you and your duplicate are within 120 feet of each other, the other can use your reaction to take the damage instead of each other. One of you can use your reaction to take the damage instead of the other. I'm not sure what else to put here, but I do have an idea for the master level one, so I'm gonna mark that down now. Or at oh, I need to clear my throat. Okay, I'm back. At the start of your turn, you may choose to empower your duplicate as long as it's within... Has its own action, bonus action, and reaction. Or until the start of your next turn, your duplicate has its own action, bonus action, and reaction. Instead of sharing with you. So, your duplicate, basically once per day, or once per short or long rest, you have 2 turns. It's like super action surge. But again, it's like once per day, or once per short or long rest, and you get it at like 13th level at the earliest. So, like I might do this, just like red text this here, because it might be too good to be short rest, but. Basically, the idea is you know, you have 2 turns, basically. There's actually 2 of you. There's the power of 2 creatures for a round. Increased physicality. Oh, no, actually, no, I'll do... Actually, no, we'll leave that. Your duplicate vanishes only when it's reduced to 0 hit points. Your duplicate does not vanish if it is more than 1 mile away from you. Only if it's on only if it's so vanishes if it's ever on a different plane of existence to you. I feel there needs to be something else here, but I do need to get going, so I will have to sort of leave that there. Next time, basically, I'm going to come back, I'm going to finish up this, finish up these 2 things here. I'm going to do memory manipulation, and then I'm just going to do some cleanup, basically, and that is the end, that's everything. So I'm very happy with the progress I've made today. Thanks, folks, for sticking about. I do need to rush off, though, and there's no one to raid anyway, so it doesn't matter. I probably won't be streaming tomorrow. I think I'm busy during, like, the vast majority of the day, so I won't be around. But I will definitely be streaming Wednesday to do some writing. And I will also most likely be doing the same on Thursday. On Friday, I'm streaming in the afternoon to try and finish Chrono Trigger, because I didn't get a chance this Friday. I think I was busy or something, I don't remember. Yeah, the week should progress as normal, with those extra, like, writing streams in there as well. But either way, thank you very much for those who've stuck about. I will hopefully see some people on Wednesday. See ya.